Hi, I'm gonna try to keep this brief. My name is Monica Russell. Previous maiden name was Monica Parker, and my writing name is Shadow Manson. And just wanted to talk to you a little bit about being a sex slave growing up and how it was being trafficked as a human sexual trafficked human. It was quite a testimony and a testament and a test all at the same time on how to live your life in one manner at night and a totally different manner during the day. And the reason that I'm making this video now at age 51, going on 52, is because people will not allow you to retire, it seems. And they still want to bring the party to your bedside every night, no matter how many states you lap or cross or crisscross or rebound to. Currently, I'm in a domestic violence shelter at an undisclosed location. And this is the, I think, 29th state that I've been to try to get away from former family members that I've disowned, dissolved, divorced, whatever you want to say, and they continue to think that they own part of me and my body and my soul, my mind and my spirit. Despite the fact that I have a master's degree in psychology, I've got two grown children. I have three marriages under my belt that did not survive this whole ordeal. And also because they have pretty much paid everyone and their brother not to opt in to see me during daylight hours or to never have anything to do with me because I wouldn't choose family first at the end. After servicing family, church people, clergy, famous people's rock and roll, and all that, at age 50, I decided that on my own I was going to retire after they ruined my third marriage, which was the love of my life. And also a relationship after that with a certified public accountant that I really enjoyed. And they decided they would end that as well. So, that being said, it was supposed to be that I ended up with family, servicing only them at the end with no children, no love, no lot in life, no anything that I've ever accomplished was supposed to mean anything. And I think this is the 139th lifetime that we've done this dance. And so this time, and only this time, I decided to tell my story before my story told me or my story never came out. And so it's not bravery, it's not hopelessness, it's not despair. It's pretty much advocacy and education for anyone that is going through the same thing I am currently going through. So, if you are a victim of human sex trafficking, or if you have been a sex slave, and there are people that don't want you to quit what you're doing, or they have obligated you through eternity to do these things, that is not okay. It's not okay. You are not owned by anybody when you are born. You are not born into slavery. You are born free. And if somebody opts you into slavery, that is only until you are of an adult age, and then you have to opt yourself in or out at that point in time. And they cannot take ownership of anything that is yours after legal age. I believe it's 17 in some states, 18 in others. And because I did not ever opt in for that knowingly, or I did so when I was drugged, which is how they've always presented me, then under any statute of any law book in any state, that would be deemed inappropriate. Inappropriate because there are no sex slaves in this country without sex slave masters, and you have to opt in to be mastered by someone as an adult. And so, with that in mind, I would have never opted in for that because I'm the counselor type, the school teacher type, the run the household type, the type A choleric, the type A this, the type A that. And so, for me to opt in to be subservient to anyone would have only happened in the bedroom, not in real life. And it would also not have been something that I would have been allowed to do, like make my own decisions, choose my own doctors, get pregnant when I wanted to, choose the sex of the baby, choose what month it was going to be born, choose what career I wanted to go into, choose whatever spouse or whatever, which my spouses were kind of limited to me. And so I just want to make this perfectly clear. When you are in situations such as this, and my daughter may very well be in a situation like this, but not with these stipulations that I had on me. I lost, let's see, 7 loves of my life over this process, and I ended up with one stable, steady, I would say. And then once they realized that that one might last forever, they took every precaution to throw upheaval into the relationship and end it for me, which I had a child in that one. So that was never, ever going to lay low, sit well with me, or whatever the case may be. So, the one thing I'd like to say about this is I am a Scorpio, birthday 11/11. When you mess with a Scorpio, I don't know how else to put this. The sting from Scorpio patronages of birth lasts forever and a gosh darn goddamn day. And that's putting it mildly. So, whatever these people have done to me that were supposed to be parents instead of voyeurs, sexcapades, sex addicts, sexual deviants, child molesters, pedophiles, Satanists, whatever they call themselves, is never going to be okay with me because that's not the way that I was cut. I was cut from a different cloth. These people that raised me were not even half my parents, come to find out. They just opted in to be stand in parents because they, people in Hollywood did not want to fool with me at the time because it was the 70s and they were partying up and partying down. And when they found out I was half someone else's, they didn't want to opt in. And then my parents didn't really want to opt in, that had me. And for some reason, I got thrown into the system. And even though my brother that came later was considered a sex slave dom for a little while, he opted out of it at age 16, and he never had to worry about this kind of thing again. So he's supposedly the man in charge now because he's not a sex slave and all this. Bitch, I don't, excuse me, sir. I'm the oldest of 2 children, and the other people that were in the womb with me, only one survived. One. And he's a famous guitarist, and I won't name his name because I did not ask his permission for that. But basically, all in all, I will say this. If in fact I go to my grave and someone approaches me about sex slave, anything on the other side, I am going to lose my ever loving shit on that person, people, whomever. So the best thing I can hope for is that somebody bring me out of this darkness that I sit in right now, turn on the light, and bring me back around to a normal way of being, existing, behaving, socializing, that kind of thing. Because for the last 3 to 5 years, I have had no physical interaction that was romantic, no hand holding to be spoken of, and no romantic gestures other than getting a single flower from the mother that tried to raise me on Valentine's Day. And when I say I've gotten 2 dozen roses before, that ain't no lie. So this has just been the most incorrigible thing I could ever think of for anybody to go through at middle age. And people say, oh, you don't live 51. Well, I feel 51. So that being said, if you're going through anything similar, just know that there's someone out there somewhere that can turn the light on for you, and don't give up hope. If we bind together in this matter, even if you have signed off on never seen Shadow Manson, never seen Monica, never this, that, or the other, just know that I send prayers and love and support your way. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's called reparations. It's called aberrations and aberrations, and is done by the mafia of your choice. So, if in fact your family is not the family in the family way, you could